US President Joe Biden, in a meeting with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, expressed determination to continue extending support to the people affected by floods in Pakistan. The two leaders met at a reception for world leaders participating in the 77th United Nations General Assembly in New York. During the meeting, Biden expressed grief and sorrow over the loss of several lives due to the devastating floods in Pakistan and also sympathized with the affected families. According to an official statement, the Pakistani Prime Minister expressed his gratitude to the US President for his condolences and sympathy. The Premier also thanked Biden for supporting Pakistan and for urging the international community to help the flood victims. Shehbaz also thanked the US government and United States Agency for International Development chief for a visit to Pakistan and offered his gratitude for sending aid for the flood-affected people. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said that the world's response to the flood devastation in Pakistan was commendable, but added that it was far from meeting the country's needs. In an interview with an international news organization, the Premier outlined the challenges the country is facing due to catastrophic floods, which have displaced more than 33 million people. Standing crops on 4 million acres have been washed away and thousands of houses have been damaged, PM Shehbaz said. Highlighting the meetings he had held on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly, the Premier said that he had spoken to several world leaders. He added that what the world has done was commendable, but it was far from meeting the flood-hit nation's needs. The Prime Minister highlighted that Pakistan could not fund the relief and rehabilitation work by itself. Flood losses are estimated to be at $30 billion. The National Flood Response Coordination Center said that there was no shortage of food items in the country as the death toll from devastating floods since 14 June crossed the 1600 mark. An intense and long monsoon dumped around 3 times as much rain on Pakistan than on average in recent weeks, causing major flooding which killed 1,606 people, including 579 children and 325 women, according to the NDMA. In its daily update, it said that 10 people have lost their lives in flood-affected areas, out of which 6 hail from Balochistan and the remaining from Sindh. This figure does not include those killed by disease in the aftermath. Hundreds of thousands of people displaced by the floods are living in the open as flood waters spread over hundreds of kilometers start to recede. The calamity has not just destroyed houses and roads, but also crops spread over millions of acres, subsequently creating fears of a food shortage. In the latest update today, Pakistan's top flood response center said that a huge stock of wheat for the next 6 months was available, along with a strategic reserve which is sufficient till the next harvesting season. Other than 2 million tons of strategic reserves, an import of additional stock of 1.8 million tons is in progress, out of which 0.6 million tons has reached. The NFRCC said 46,000 tons of wheat from the public sector was being released on a daily basis. Finance Minister Miftah Ismail said that International Monetary Fund Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva has expressed agreement with Pakistan's request to ease the conditions imposed on the country under the Extended Fund Facility program. Ismail said the IMF official had also agreed to increase the amount Pakistan would receive in the next tranche. He added, however, that a lot of negotiations were yet to be held with the international lender. The finance minister added that he had informed the IMF of Pakistan's changed economic situation after the floods, the destruction of cotton crops and the difficulties the country would face in ensuring adequate wheat supplies. Ismail said he also held meetings with the World Bank officials, adding that the country would receive $2 billion from it this year.